Hi there guys, Andrew Lugg here, bringing you another WordPress video. Last time we looked at installing WordPress via the Pest Control panel. Now I'm going to sort of go through a bit of the background of the dashboard that you get with WordPress, just to give you a rough idea. Today, in fact, I'll probably just concentrate on posts, and I'll do lots of mini videos so that you haven't got sort of lots of information all in one video. We'll break it down so you've got quick snippets. So when you log in, you've got your dashboard, which gives you a few basic stats about what's going on, a bit of information. You can get more widgets if you like to install from the plugins library, but we'll go through that another time. But you can get useful things like web statistics, which is always useful at a glance. Although we do always recommend using Google Analytics. It's very powerful and very accurate. Right, so if we have a look at posts, now posts are generally used as for blogging. So if you decide, well, I'd like to have a blogging section on the site, post is where you want to do it. And all you do is go to hover over posts, add new, and there we go. So it's all fairly self-explanatory with it. This is one of the wonderful things about WordPress. It is really straightforward. So we're going to call this one our standard hello world, and then we could put some, this is some test text. In here we would have full text. Very imaginative, as you can see I am. Now that's fine, text is fine, but you can do extras. So you've got the ability to, if you want to put some pictures in, some video in, a Word document, maybe if you're doing, you've written a white paper or something like that, or anything we can put in there. What you do is click Add Media, and you're presented with this pop-up box, and then you can sort of upload your files, it says. So you can either drag them in, or you can select, and then you just select the file on your computer where it is. Now this can be changed. There is a maximum upload of 2 meg, but within Plesk that can be changed. If you get stuck, give us a shout, we'll give you a hand with it, there's no trouble. If you've already uploaded the file, you can click on Media Library, and then normally they'd be tiled in squares across the page, all the images or documents or videos that you have up there. If you can use video, it's not a problem, you can put it on your web space, but a great way of doing it is actually uploading it onto YouTube, and then YouTube give you a little snippet of code that you can add into the blog page, and it will just cross-reference it. So you'll get people looking at it on your website, but also people discovering it on YouTube. So it gets your content out there a bit further, a little bit of an SEO tip there. And with regards to SEO, we will go through that in great depth. There'll be a lot of videos about that, because there's some really great secrets that the industry like to all hide. I'm not like that. I'd rather tell you everything, and then if you get stuck you can come and ask me, and I'm more than happy to share the information. So again, you can sort of select your files off your computer, then you can tell it to upload. So I close that. Now there's great things you can do. You might think, oh, I don't actually want to release it today because I'm not 100% sure, you want someone to check it, or whatever the reason. You can actually leave it in a draft mode so that it's saved on the server, but it's not displaying to the outside world, which is always useful. Visibility is always good, because you can set it to password protected or just private, so that no one else can see it. You can even tell it to stick it onto the front page if you wanted to. We'll leave that as it is. And the other good thing is, you think, right, okay, I've got this great piece of work, it's all ready to go, but I don't want it to go out just yet. You can select a time and a date of when it will go live, which is always useful, especially if you're doing sort of either daily blogs or even vlogs, sort of the video blogging. You can set it when to release it, and that is always a useful tool. There's different ways you can. I'm going to come back to this in a bit more detail because there's some really cool features here, and I don't really want to just put it into a short video. I'm going to give it its own video, that one. Categories are great. So if you have a site that has lots of different types of categories, so on my site I have, on my personal site, I've got a bit about Microsoft Exchange, I've got a bit about programming, and I can categorise my blog. So what we could do is say, okay, well this one's going to be, I don't know, about films. And you go add new category, but you might have other categories on your site. It might be about books. And what you can do is, by selecting, if anyone does a search for books or films on the site, or clicks on the categories, I just want to see all blogs about films, then it will display this one. Again, if you set it to books and someone looked just for the books, then this one would come up. So it's really useful, especially if you've got lots of different types of data and you want to categorise it so it's nice and neat. It also helps Google, because if it's all categorised properly, the site maps, which again we'll go into in another video, Google will see all the links, and it just makes it it just keeps it tidy. The internet's a mess, and it needs as much tidying as possible. Okay, now again, tags I'll come back to another time. Featured image, you can actually set an image, so when it appears on your site, if I do an example, we publish this one. Once we published it, we have the ability to view it. So there we go. So it's created our blog. Hello world, this is some test text. That's fine. It's a bit bland, a bit boring. So what we can do is set a featured image, select a file, what we got on here. Oh, that's great. I'm now going to try and find, there we go. We'll use this image just for an example. So we've uploaded that now. Always good, give it some information. Caption is great when it's inserted into a blog. It has you can put a little bit of text underneath it, explain what the picture's about. Alt text is the little box that pops up, so when you hover over something, I don't know if it will do it here, no, when you sort of you put a description in there, my first blog, something like that. So when anyone hovers over it, it'll come up my first blog, but you can use it for other text. You can put in there maybe a description about what the blog's about. The good thing with it is it's another thing for Google to read, or other search engines. We shouldn't always just focus. This is one of the big mistakes about SEO. Everyone just focuses on Google, and yes, it is the biggest in this part of the world. But there are other search engines that it's always great, to build your sites for. Right, so we set a featured image there, so that appears down there. We go to update. We'll just refresh now. So obviously it's a bit big, a tad, but if we go in into here and edit the image, you can then start changing its sizes. So we'll make it 100, and it auto scales it down as well. So that's all good. That's what we're going to do. So click scale, that cuts it down to the right size. Click back and set it as the featured image again, and update. There we go. So obviously you'd set it to a better size, but that's the general principle of it. And there's different things. We'll go into again the design. I'm using just the basic. I don't think this is 2017. This template that's been used. It's every year, but they throw a different template out. But I'll go through another video on how to upload or find themes, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of good free themes. Also the paid ones, for $20, $30, $40 maybe, it's sometimes just worth buying those because you get all the support with it and you get some really great features. So sometimes it's worth paying for them. And when you think about it, £30–40 or $30–40 for a design, a lot cheaper than a designer to come in and sort of build the site. But yeah, so that is basically posts in a nutshell. I will always be building on these videos. I'll always sort of be making sure that there's as much information here for you to help you as possible, because I know a lot of people get intimidated by WordPress, but it's a great package. So I'm going to leave you guys now. Any questions, please contact us. You've got our details, or you can get us on the first domains hosting.co.uk, so that's 1st domains hosting.co.uk, and I will be putting details below in the description how to find us. As per usual, if you're not subscribed to us already, subscribe now, and also click on the little notification bell on the side so every time you upload a video you're alerted. So have a great day guys, take care, bye.